Is the Dimachaeron really all that? Welcome to the channel, and anytime I hear there's a buzz around any Tyranid unit, then it makes me happy. So let's have a dive in and see what it's all about. One of the coolest models for the Tyranid army currently is from Forge World. It's a Dimachaeron, a 230 point unit, and it is got some truly scary stats. It's an entirely melee unit with no range attacks, similar to other Tyranid units, but it moves 12, has 18 wounds, has a 3+ weapon skill with 6 attacks, and majority of the time it's going to be hitting with strength 8, re-rolling 1s, and that is impressive. Also has a big tail that can do some damage, not a great deal, but some of the main benefits of this unit is its abilities. It has the Leaper Killer ability, which allows it to ignore vertical distances, and it can pass through units as long as it doesn't land on top of them, so it's really good for making sure it can get an engagement against something. That also gives it a 5+ invulnerable save. There's a couple of other cool abilities. The first one is the Thorax Spine Maw attack. Essentially, if it's made a successful charge, it forces the enemy to roll a d6, add it to its strength, and only if it beats the Dimachaeron strength, so 8 or more, does it avoid getting d6 extra wounds against it. Now that's really cool. What this then does is unlocks a 5+ feel no pain. Quite unlikely, a bit random whether it's actually going to happen, but if you send it into some hordes, it's going to definitely get it, and it's going to make it a lot more resilient. A couple of good synergies that work well with it. Obviously High Fleet Kraken, allowing it to move, advance and charge. It's really strong. And the Swarm Lord with its Hive Commander ability can select it to basically double move. And since it's got no shooting, that's not really any downside to that. So if you imagine you've got a double move and with advancing and charging, it's going to get in turn 1 and do some damage. If you use Adaptive Physiology, you could stick Murderous Size onto this, making its Scything Talons strength 9. Not only strength 9, but Murderous Size gives it a -4 AP and D3 +4 damage. So on average, that's going to be pumping out 21 wounds a time, and it can one-shot a knight or at least take out a unit every time. So as a result of this unit being really tanky and some competition builds winning with these units, which is unheard of for Tyranids at the moment, Forge World are obviously sold out. Now it's a £100 model and it's resin, so availability and affordability is not really within everyone's scope. So that's a big shame.
How dare you!
Just to show the difference that an update makes for a unit, 8 months ago Tactical Tortoise did a review, which was at the start of 9th edition still, and this unit was considered one of the worst units in the Tyranid Codex. 8 months later, a couple of points updates, it's still well worth taking because it's a brilliant model. So wrapping up, the model is great in melee, as long as you can get it there. With a few of the stratagems and the abilities for the Tyranids, there's a good chance you will. It's more resilient, so it's likely to stick around. If you can get it into melee, it's more likely to stick around than just sitting getting shot at. But still, it's likely to be a distraction for the enemy, and they're going to be putting all their firepower into it because they know it's such a threat, and that's firepower that's not going into the rest of the Tyranid squad. So it might just be a glorified distraction Carnifex. Don't forget to drop us a like, it helps the channel out, and see you again soon.